Good morning, retail traders. I want to bring you a ticker that this will be my third update or my second update on the first video that I did on ABML. I noticed last week that it did have the pullback and it's coming close to that support that I called out in that first video. So let's go ahead and bring up the news and see if there's anything new that's going on with ABTC. Now, ABTC, I think someone said something, what's ABTC doing on there? Well, I got in here on ABML, Wahoo Finance, and I went straight to the link that's the company's name, and it's ABTC. One of the largest lithium deposits in the U.S. identified ABTC. So I'm sure that's the company unless I'm a nut. But that's what we're going to go off of. ABML. So let's go ahead and look at the chart. The chart looks kind of interesting. There's a couple things that I want to pull up on this chart. First, I want to look at the CCI on the yearly time frame. And we're going to pull up that yearly time frame, and I'm going to show you a little bit on the CCI. Now, I notice every time we get down here, the CCI likes to pop a little bit. We got a little pop right here. Down here at the bottom, she runs all the way up. She pulls back again down at the bottom and she has a breakout. She's down at the bottom and she has a little breakout, and we're back down here at the oversold spot down here at this double bottom down here, where it could be a good swing for a month maybe if the market allows it to. It's always about the trend of the market. You know, if we get into a bad market, this thing could sell off and give us a better opportunity. But for right now, I'm just looking at the pullback we had here last week on this stock. Now I'm going to pull up the 20-day chart and show you what I did here. 20-day 1 hour time frame when I charted this up. We're going to pull this down. Did a video, and then a day or two after we had that big breakout up to my resistance target of 75 cents that I called out on that first video. Now it's came back. So we had a little couple bounces off that support line that I've talked about, and a bounce, boom, and then she finally broke out last week during, the market, the way it was acting. It was a pretty bad week with the S&P and the QQQ and all them indices. So we've had a pretty good sell-off. Now, I called this 58.34 support in that first video, and that's where we're rearing up to. I like to see that hold and run it back up to this trend line of 63 cents, which would be a resistance. And if it breaks that, you got a bunch of moving averages here. You got the 21, but on the 20-day 1 hour time frame, you want to break that 9 EMA and get it back up to that resistance of 63.03, and then try to break it, that channel that we had here, that snake, and try to get it back up to the top of that resistance level, which is now lowered down to 66 cents. So you still got a 7-cent scalp maybe on this trade, and long maybe up to 67.80, 67.99. Now this is where I called the last resistance, and I think it was up here at the 75-cent level where that 200 SMA was when I called out that trade. But you see it kind of lowered on down. But definitely the new resistance that we're going to make, besides that 75 hard, is going to be a double top on the 20-day. And we're going to look at that right here. And I'm going to put that price in right there at 73.22. So what we need to do is we need to hold this 58.34 this week and run back up and find resistance to break at 63.03. And then get into that channel and break that resistance at 65.85 and run it up to the 200. And if that gets pretty wild and it gets dangerous, we could take it up to a double top at 73.22. And that will be your hard resistance to break. So let's hold that 58.34. Now, if it doesn't hold that 58.34, we're going to put this on a different time frame. We could get down to 53 and to 49. So we need to hold that 53.94. 49.86, 53.89, and then that first support at 58.34. Well, this is ABML. This is the Sneaky Snake trading strategy where we talk about chart patterns, moving averages, and being in the now. And I'll keep giving you updates on this until we break that resistance. Have a great day, retail traders.